suruh main tak mau main apa gimana? Acai tak main
Raf? Satu peluru je Raf, tembak kaki ya.
Okay.
Kau boy pun tembak banyak peluru akan bin.
First person.
Oh, first person eh. Okay, dah first person.
Okay. Get set. Go. Apa ni lari?
Channel switched.
Okay ya, kena boleh ya. Kunia, you okay?
Sekejap saya buat nak connect.
Okay. Aku masuk, kalau apa-apa you message saya.
Channel switched.
Semua letak satu peluru je dalam. Lepas tu ada beberapa yang kosong, letak kat lantai, pilih satu tembak orang. Siapa mau jadi target praktis?
Tak mau.
Jom.
Okay, come on semua. Kunia still loading. Apa you want to buat tadi? Racing.
Tembak Calvin.
Acai tak aci ya?
Pom. Satu sudah kena mah, you down benar.
Tak tahu tapi you tembak air 2 kali, tambah 2 kali lagi tahu tak?
Yalah, saya nak maju bertipu mati.
Kejam tu, tak acai.
Okay, come, we start lah. This is a casual. Come, give a semicircle in front of me. Kunia, okay, dia baru masuk. Mismatch.
Raf, masuk Raf. Raf pergi AFK pula.
He's here.
There it is. Okay, dah masuk. Marimu, Kunia, alright. Come, only Raf only. Okay, take a knee. I start first lah. Okay, thanks. This is going to be casual. I'm also streaming so the MK boleh listen in just for fun. Dia kerja, unfortunately tak boleh join. This is not official. Next time I will do more official so that I can record and put documents. I put notes up but I didn't put any documents. So this is just a casual understanding of carrier ops. Basically what happened is aku sudah post banyak of the documentation, the video and the radio comms, and then there's one very good one that teaches end to end. I think that one is about 1 hour video that tells you about the recovery and launching and the patterns and all that around the carrier. So today what I'll do is I'll just go through basic knowledge of the carrier based through on all the videos I watch and all that, also some of the books I read lah. So I'm not an expert as usual. I'm just here enthusiast and give you some things that I know about. Then so for carrier, USS Freedom, what I'll start is that I just start about the boat lah. If you look at the carrier itself, just orientation on carrier so that you understand the jargon. Depan yang north sana, depan right in front of the ship is called the bow, BOW bow. Okay, then kat belakang directly south, kat mana dia the tails it's called the stern. Yang actually if you know the stern is where the word ghost stun come from. If you know, go astern. That means go astern is actually go belakang. So they go astern jadi go stun. Actually, that's a true fact tau. Kenapa go stun datang from where? It's actually dari dulu British datang say please go astern. You know, keep on saying go astern, go sampai orang pergi mana? Pergi go stun, go stun. So anyway, it's go astern. Stern means kat belakang. Okay, for this ship, stern is the back of any ship, or for this one is also called the fantail. Fantail tu kat belakang. Okay, and then port and starboard. This one applies to any navy ships or any ship. Even when you sampan pun sama. If you have to go technical, sailing and all that, it's port and starboard. Port is always on the left side. Starboard is on the right side. Also, the reason why it's called port and starboard, senang mau ingat is this. Every time you tengok dia punya kapal kan, dia masuk port dia parking dia punya port, then dia punya ladder keluar untuk orang keluar masuk, and all the loading of all the supplies is always on the left side. If you go to Port Klang semua, you tengok dia parking kat port, semua masuk dia punya jambatan untuk orang masuk kapal semua is on the left side. So left side is called the port because dia stick to the port lah. Okay, starboard is always on the right. So that's senang to understand. So when I said port, you mesti ingat kat sebelah kiri because that's where people masuk kapal punya. Okay, so that is the basic understanding of the what you call this aircraft carrier, and why people use port, starboard, bow, stern. Kenapa tak kata kiri, kanan and all that? It's also to make it very standard. If the ship is going straight, this ni, if you open the map, I can draw on the map so you can see. Okay, if you see the ship, you see this one? I'm on here on the southwest side. Nampak aku punya marker tak? Okay, aku you watch that? I'm going on global nampak tak? Ada global. Nampak aku punya marker tak?
Tak nampak. Tak ada, tak nampak.
No,
Nampak.
I know you nampak that one, but you don't see my yellow thing ah. Kejap, aku draw first ah. Draw, nampak kan?
Okay.
Nampak.
Okay, no wonder lah when I talk that time I cannot press T and draw. Shit. Okay, aku draw the boat kejap ah. Okay, nampak ah. Boat is going forward. Okay, so when the boat is moving north, that's why you see kiri is on the right, kanan is on the left, starboard is on the right, port is on the left. But why you do this? Because sometimes the boat can be the other way around. Now, if the boat on this side is going downwards, sometimes you confuse what is right and what is left also. So whenever the boat pusing belakang this time, port is always on the right side of where the boat is going. That's why they use port and starboard. It's senang because the ship can go anywhere. Just for extra knowledge lah. Okay, understand that one?
Yep.
Don't forget forward and aft.
Forward and aft, yes. Forward and aft is the movement of the ship. Forward is moving forward and aft is going backwards. That means kalau engine, you start an engine, you said forward 3/4. That means dia punya engine akan masuk macam 75% forward. Kalau dia punya captain say aft 50% or aft 25%, that means dia akan go stun lah, or go aft. That is for movement, forward and aft. Okay, for ship only. Alright, for a carrier, you will notice dia punya designation CV and CVN. When you see CV tu, you know it's a carrier based designation. CVN pun sama. The N is just to make to differentiate yang dulu punya CV. N is the nuclear punya. Dia guna nuclear reactor. So nuclear reactor you will see CVN. Yang baru-baru punya semua this is considered freedom. This one is CVN is because it's nuclear. The latest one will be the Gerald F. Ford. Itu pun CVN. So Enterprise, USS Enterprise dulu semua CVN. But you go behind that, bila Vietnam War that time dia the CV saja because dia tak guna nuclear. So that you will see most of them like this. The modern aircraft carrier will carry about 90 aircraft lah. Mostly sekarang baru punya, the latest punya carrier will usually carry F-18s, E-2C Hawkeye dengan EA-6 Prowler lah. Sini kita ada F-18 saja. So those are the key things, basic stuff that you know. Dia ada 4 catapult yang sini. Wait, let me see my pointing works out. Okay. Okay, sana. There is catapult 1, catapult 2, catapult 3 is on the left, and the furthest right is catapult 4. Short form you akan dengar Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4. So whenever you hear the air boss, siapa yang kat tower tu say you are cleared to taxi to Cat 1, you tahu mana Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4. So that is basic thing. Dia ada 4 elevator. One is should be somewhere around there on the right side. The two F-18 is there's one catapult. There's one elevator is usually called elevator 1, elevator 2 kat belakang sini, right before the dekat dia punya UAV sana. There's catapult. There's elevator 2. Elevator 3 is behind the island. This big tower is usually called an island. Okay. And catapult 4 is the one where the the Osprey kat sana. That's catapult 4. So you know 1, 2, 3 elevator. Sorry, elevator 1, elevator 2, 3 and 4. And the other thing you need to know is the wires yang you punya hook and you catch up the wire. So wire 1, 2, 3 and 4. It starts with wire 1 yang paling belakang sekali. That's wire 1. Then after that is wire 2, wire 3, and then yang paling depan sini punya is wire 4. So it starts 1 at the back, 4 in the front. And usually when we land, yang perfect punya is to catch the third wire, wire number 3. Most of the time, if you all the aircraft sini kalau if you fly the latest apa tu yang Super Hornet tu, is it Super Hornet? The one that comes with this jet DLC tu, what is that plane?
Black Wasp.
Wasp, betul. The Black Wasp. Black Wasp come with the what they call the ILS landing. Bila you gear down and you want to land, you akan nampak dia punya needles. Needles tu yang satu cross punya. A10 pun ada. So when you land at airport, that cross will move in your HUD, and that one is called the needles. So if you follow the needles on the aircraft carrier, it should take you straight to catapult the what you call the wire 3 by right lah. Not sure whether this is more. I believe it is lah. So when you catch the wire 3, that is the perfect. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 4 pun okay, tapi those are a bit dangerous lah. So those are the wires. Now let me see what else I need to cover. So now the ships, you know island, you tahu apa island? Island is the
tower,
the big OS tower that is called the island. What else do I see? The ILS, I mean the apa tu pedals punya or the what they call the ILFLOR yang called the meatball punya. That is the kat belakang sini, behind the F-18 on the port side. Okay, behind there, no, I can see it here. There it is. Yang tu.
Oh, okay.
There, that one. Yes. You see that little thing there? That come out. That is where people, all the LSO atau landing, LSO apa? Landing something office pun lupa dah. But you know it's LSO. They will have some people there standing there looking at the landing. They will tell you the guidance lah, kiri lah, kanan ke, naik ke.
Landing system platform.
And then yes, thank you, landing system officer. So they will be the one that control the meatball lights. The meatball light tu yang ada satu system of lights telling you too high or too low or too left to right. So they will call in. You say okay, you coming in a bit too high, increase power, less power, a bit to the right, you are on you are in line ke, then you can call the ball, you punya landing punya cantik. So that is the key few things lah. Okay, now we'll move to a few other things before we do some practical. If you go through the video, you will see a lot of acronym or even jargon. Tadi I already say CVN tu is the acronyms and also jargons for this. You tahu apa tu? You will hear things like ATO. Aku cakap ATO. Apa tu ATO is? Anyone know what's ATO? It's called Air Tasking Order. Air Tasking Order means it's macam jadual lah for who is taking what aircraft and what is your loadout. And in fact, in the real life punya form, dia ada tell you waypoint semua ada. Then waypoint 1, how high you what is your altitude. Waypoint 2, what is your altitude, you know, and your bearing, and those are, it's called Air Tasking Order. In details, most pilot will take that air tasking order and fill up all the things as per ordered. What are the weapons, what are your mission, it's all listed in ATO. So next time, once in a while, I'll try to also make it as realistic as possible to make it fun. Is recently kita punya previous ops, I added a ATO for you guys to read up. There will tell you your radio frequency, your loadout, and your duty lah. Kalau you take helicopter ke, you transport ke, CAS ke, atau cap and all that. Orbat, you nampak MK punya description of mission. In one part they will call Orbat, ORBAT kan. That one, if you don't know what Orbat is, called an order of battle. Sama lah, order of battle means who ada berapa slot ada, berapa vehicle ada. Those are what you call order of battle, which you will now know when you read MK punya updates in description for mission. When you see Orbat, that's what it is. For other things to also know, key things that you should know also is that when air operation or aircraft operation for carrier ops, for aircraft dia ada banyak cycle. That means there will be a lot of planes will be taking off and then landing. Each of these event taking off is called a cyclic. So sometimes cycle 1, they call it cyclic 1, is like you will take off all the F-18 yang ada mission yang cap tu, is called cyclic 1. Cyclic 2 will be maybe the next batch of F-18 that will take off. Sampai dia punya cyclic is can go 24 hours for aircraft carrier lah. So berapa cyclic pun tak tahu lah. That one it will be something that you can what you call that, read up more. That's called a cyclic. Now also to understand, you will hear people call the aircraft carrier in the radio, they are known as mother. Mother is the aircraft carrier. So sometimes when you hear Starbase, this is Rhino 1, I see mother at 250-445. Mother means I see the aircraft carrier. So everywhere you go for US punya jargon, aircraft carrier tu is known as mother. Red Crown, you will also hear on the radio. Red Crown is the, if you see kat semua on the left, on the port and the starboard side ada cruiser and ada destroyer and all that. The outer ring of defense is actually for the people on the radar that buat macam security for defense, is called Red Crown. So by right, when you come into landing ke apa, you should contact Red Crown and ask for authentication lah. Dia akan authenticate you punya IFF, then Red Crown will clear you to masuk into the airspace. Kalau tak ada, dia akan tembak you. That's why you hear Red Crown. Marshal, this one will be very important for you because you will listen a lot to Marshal. Marshal will be the person that will guide you in terms of the area here before you land or before you take off. So it's called the Marshal area or the Marshal. It will be somebody on the radio call. This is Marshal. Please Marshal on the 160, 25, 425, something like that. I'll tell you more in details. 2 is called Marshal. You have tower. Tower will be departure and approach, and also the tower give you taxi. So that's downwind. Downwind, kalau you buka map, I show you. Going to, again, I'm going to draw again. The 2 arrows is called downwind. Okay, that means that's the whichever you are going towards. If you're going against, you're flying to against the aircraft carrier, is called downwind. Base is kat bawah, usually is like this. Kat bawah sini is usually base. Okay, so upwind is terbalik lah. Upwind is going together with the carrier atas. That's upwind. Okay. So a beam is where a call that you will hear kat kanan on the port side of the ship is a beam. I show you where. You see this arrow? There's a beam. Okay, this is a beam. When you fly and you pass downwind and you pass the arrow sana, you should call Rhino 1 a beam. A beam means then the ATC akan tahu lah you kat sana, then you will let you know. Fantail sudah cakap. Ball, you tahu ball lah, call the ball. Landing that time, you will hear things like, okay, call the ball 3/4 mile. So you, that is for realistic. Dia belum, they haven't implemented here in ARMA yet, but in DCS ada. So those who interested in really flying as much as you can or immersion, so about to land that time, bila you dekat about to land, the LSO will ask you to call the ball. That means, can you see the meatball in the lights and all that, giving you the entrance? Usually you say yes, I have the ball, and then you say Roger the ball, they boleh land. So you hear ball in the things that you hear. The other two things you need to also understand is that when you fly for landing and you are coming in downwind from the port side, which is the standard approach to land, when you are flying to a beam, usually by the time you reach to the port side of the carrier at about I would say about 250, for ARMA is about 250 meters high, you akan buka you punya gear, you punya flap dengan you punya hook, semua akan buka dah. And when you call a beam, you will usually call Rhino 1 a beam dirty. Dirty tu is the English for kotor lah. Dirty means you are in dirty configuration, that means semua buka. You punya wheels buka, gear, flap down, and also your hook is down. It's called dirty. If you can let's say you bolter, whatever it is, when you are flying regular already, clean configuration means everything is up lah, semua atas lah, gear sudah up, hook and flap semua up. That's called clean configuration. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, if no question, I'm going to move into really quickly in terms of the launching and recovery of planes. Launching, it's before launching. Let me just touch base on something. For aircraft carrier, that's why tempat ni kecil ya. The last time aku main dengan Acai, I believe Eric Salib was there. Don't know Raf adakah? Tak lupa dah. But when you guys were flying, ingat tak Salib, you sudah jam kan kat depan sana, you tak boleh U-turn lagi kan? And then you jam kat sana, tak boleh U-turn, because you see, that's the thing. This whole place is kecil ya. This is the entire space you can move. With that kind of space and that kind of aircraft and also people running around, or even in real life, dia punya weapons and all that running around. That's why sini punya discipline for moving aircraft is even more tighter. That means when you need to start engine, you need to ask for permission. You need to taxi, you need to ask for permission. You need to go mana-mana semua, you must ask permission, because there will be one person controlling to make sure you tak kena traffic jam. So in terms of like moving forward, you need to ask for permission to taxi Rhino 1, permission to taxi to Cat 1, atau permission to taxi to Cat 2, so that the person who's controlling the traffic kat sini will say, okay, tunggu sekejap because kat sana ada satu lagi akan U-turn. So biar dia U-turn habis, then come through this, then only you can your turn to move. And for our purpose, kalau kita main kat sini, the U-turn, I think, is also something that is quite often that we're going to do. What I suggest is most of the taxis, let's say from your starboard side, kanan, you move out the plane. Okay, let's talk about this aircraft here. Okay, when you move, you make a left turn, and then left turn dekat the island sana, keep to the left side, and then you U-turn right. So try to move in a clockwise position, jangan anti-clockwise, because when you go anti-clockwise you akan jam habis. So whenever we are on deck, try to move as much as possible is all on clockwise. So that means you need to go to Cat 1, Cat 2 or Cat 3, you come out, you make a left turn, you make the U-turn, and then you datang balik to either Cat 3, Cat 4, or even if you want to come to Cat 1 and Cat 2, you make sure that you go left turn to sampai akhir sana, U-turn, and then come the long way back to Cat 1 and Cat 2. Even though Cat 1, Cat 2 you pusing kanan sudah sampai kan, but let's not do that, because if you are on this side, you sudah pass the Cat 1 and Cat 2 on the right side, you make a left turn already. You macam roundabout lah, macam traffic roundabout lah. You need to go anywhere, you have to follow the flow lah, roundabout. That will help in terms of traffic management kat sini, so that you don't get jammed kat mana-mana. And when you land, bila you catch the wire and it's successful, oh yeah, before any taxi on this, anytime you taxi, your standard operating or procedure is to have the wings folded. Before you any taxi wings folded, you only unfold your wings when you're ready to take off. Else you kena langgar habis meletup, then mission boleh delay because server boleh crash lah, apa-apa pun boleh jadi lah. So best that when you taxi, everything movement here until before you fly, wings are all folded up, except for rotary lah. And yeah, just now I was saying that if you need to, when you land, after landing, wings folded up, flap up, hook automatic sudah up punya sini, and you move forward and follow the flow again on the clockwise roundabout. So you akan move depan sikit, and then somewhere around there kat depan dia punya what they call the crotch there, you can make the U-turn. And U-turn, you come to the right side, and then you move again to here until here. You mau parking, you boleh stop sini parking. Atau you need to rearm and refuel. I will try to get MK and all that to place the rearm refuel punya truck kat sana, so that when you pass the tempat island tu, you boleh stop sana macam pit stop, and then you can rearm refuel kat sana, and then U-turn balik again. Okay, make sense or not everything?
Yep.
Okay. So for HELANG pilots, please follow this procedure, so next time that kita ada real mission, kita ada pro sikit, and we know what we're doing when we're moving around. Acai, apa jadi?
Relog. I got the same thing. He doesn't have the respawn option.
So he has to come in again.
Acai in the bird.
He must be above somewhere lah.
El burung.
Yo. Any question? Say again.
Kalau kita park kan,
Cuba tengok map dia tulis apa.
masuk ke parking area starboard. Nanti kalau macam jet, betul ada lagi 2-3 jet sebelah kiri kanan. Nanti kita kena parking, maksudnya menghadap ke laut lah kan?
Menghadap laut. Okay, what happens is this. If mission habis, usually you'll be a final parking, you menghadap laut, tak apalah. Kalau in between you mau tukar, let's say tak cukup pilot, you mau tukar mission punya apa tu, you punya vehicle ke apa, you punya different jet ke apa, you park facing the laut tak apa, tapi bagi sikit space tau kat depan. Okay, jangan habis you punya nose habis. Why is because me and MK discussing, I think we will put a towing truck. Kita letak tow truck, kita boleh gerak dia punya kapal terbang belakang, or go reverse the plane balik to its position lah. Tapi you need some space kat depan lah. Jangan habis sampai tak ada space kat depan untuk for towing truck pun. Okay.
Alright.
So make sure that you make a left turn and face the sea, but give some space in front. Okay. So if everybody, any more questions?
Negative from me.
Alright. Acai is still not successful masuk lah.
He's still, I think he's still reconnecting.
Okay, never mind. Okay, now moving into recovery methods here. There, if you go through the video, I strongly suggest you watch that video I post up. Lupa nama dia. I will write it down in the in the HELANG punya messenger to, or I'll put the YouTube link again. What it will tell you is that in terms of departure and approach, the carrier will tell you the types of recovery method or launching method. First of all, for carrier kat luar sini, most of the time is that they will check with the weather and the visibility. So kalau pagi macam ni and visibility tak ada apa-apa, no fog, everything beautiful, they call it visual reference lah, VFR lah. That means VFR pun you boleh nampak with your eyes only, tak payah anything. So it's called VFR, and usually for VFR like that, they will consider it as what they call it as case 1. Case 1 is clear visibility. Case 2 is dia punya awan, dia, the cloud overcast is a bit lower, usually is about 1,500 feet, and dia punya visibility is about 5 km, but for ARMA purposes it's not as big. So if ARMA is macam foggy tapi not as bad, macam malam it's still foggy, and it's say pagi tapi mendung, it's called case 2 already. Case 3 is malam, totally blackout malam, and your visibility is no more than 500 meters. So, or 1 km the maximum lah. Let's keep it as 500 meters. That's case 3. Case 4 is for helicopters. So why we say case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4 is that you will probably hear when you ask for taxi, the ATO or the air traffic controller, ATC, will tell you right now you are cleared for taxi for Cat 1. Currently mother's visibility is case 1. Case 1 means senang, everything clear. Kalau dia tak ada, dia kata you have a case 3, you are cleared for takeoff, case 3, that means malam lah. So sometimes you will hear case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4 is for helicopters. Approach, that means recovery, you will also hear the same thing. Rhino 1 you are cleared for approach, case 3, and then there are the CV1 atau CV2. CV1 is the way you are you holding pattern and how you masuk the landing. ARMA kita, I won't put it into like full use lah, but you'll probably just hear it on the radio for immersion sake lah. But if you want to know what is case CV1 and CV2 recovery, that one you look at the video, you akan tahu. CV1 is a way of holding pattern at the stern of the ship at different types of stacking levels. CV2 is also something like that, but just different numbers, so I won't go into detail. Now, if you open your map, I will just draw the ship again and give you a bit of understanding of basic recovery course. How I wish, thank you man, how I wish ARMA will have some sort of interactive boleh show some sort of whiteboard or PowerPoint. That'll be cool man. Okay, I'm going to draw the ship again. Okay, that's the ship. In terms of launching by right, when you launch, what you do is in clear, well, I think what we'll do is we don't use what is clear and what is CV, case 2 and case 3 punya launch. Actually case 1, 2 and 3 dia punya launch, dia pun ada style, but we would stick to one method just for simplicity lah. Now when you launch, okay, what you do is, if it's a straight, if you get an instruction like let's say only two aircraft launching, senang, you tak payah tunggu orang, you straight launch, you go straight to your mission AO already. So for 2 aircraft launching or a single aircraft or 2 aircraft launching direct to your AO, kalau you dapat instruction, when you launch, I will draw, you launch keluar, okay, first aircraft launch macam tu, if you once you reach about 1 km by right, you should do a clearing turn, you pusing sikit to the right, okay, and then move back that way. This is called clearing departure. Because why you make that right turn, and because they are your second aircraft launching is to avoid collision lah. Okay, so that is a direct route of launching. But if let's say if you have like 4 aircraft launching and you need to have a holding pattern sampai semua launch and then regroup and go into a formation, what you do is that you are supposed to make a left bank macam tu. Okay, come out slightly more, make a left bank again until you reach somewhere around the somewhere around here. Okay, so when the first aircraft that launch will make a left bank, say about 500 to 1 kilometers ahead lah, just agak-agak not so strict on that, and then move out to another about 1 kilometers to the what you call that, the left side, and then come back downwind, and when you reach this area, this is where you will hold pattern, pushing in a anti-clockwise. Okay, so you would move to that level and do anti-clockwise kat sana until all aircraft are launched, and then when everybody is around there, that's when you can push for your next what you call that, your next apa tu, KM tu, I would say at least 2 km from the stern of the bow, stern of the aircraft carrier, so it's about 2 km. Okay, this area is 2 km from here. Okay, so this part is about 2 km away, and I suggest you should be for ARMA, because dia punya altitude is maximum to 2,000 meter je. You cannot go up to 15 feet or 5,000 feet. So for holding pattern, usually you will hold about 700 meters to about 1,000 meters of altitude. Then that's where everyone can catch up with each other, do a nice formation, and then you hear from fight lead, okay, we are all in position, and regroup, push to bearing 360, and then you count down 3 4 5 4 3 2 1 go. Then from here you akan go bearing 360 keluar. Get it? So that's how you do a straightforward launch and regroup, and then formation, and you go out. Else you first 2 plane sudah keluar tak ada holding, second 2 plane mau catch up susah. Okay, so that is launching as straightforward as possible, senang. Now recovery is quite interesting also. I'm gonna let me erase semua. Okay, recovery. Now recovery, whenever you finish your mission and you're coming back to the carrier for landing, by right you are coming inbound already. Let's say for Altis ni kecil punya map, by the time you reach, you're coming towards the carrier, where regardless where you are, let's say around a perimeter of, let's say, about 5 km lah. Okay, so let's say 5 km lah, also like that. Bila you masuk 5 km, you should be calling in carrier for approach instruction. Let's say kita tak banyak player, the instruction will be basic recovery, straight in approach. Dan senang je, you boleh masuk into the pattern, masuk and land. Let's say if we have more aircrafts, for who knows, one day when we have joint ops, kita ada like that day, the Black Hawk ada 6 buah mau buat insertion, that one traffic matters already. So let's say one day we have 6 or 7 planes in the air, we want to come for a recovery, that's where the traffic management will come in. So when you come into, let's say, 5 km level, you will call in for a inbound. You will usually call mother, or you call starbase, this is Rhino 1, we are inbound for landing, requests permission, and they will say yes, Rhino 1, you are cleared for inbound. Say then you give your details lah. Rhino 1, we are currently let's say 26, we can say about 265 for 5. 265 for 5 means let's say you kat sini. Let me see. Okay, you are there. What 26545 means is the carrier is 265 degrees from you punya, from your position, and you are 5 km away. The right calls will be starbase, this is 305, or starbase, this is Rhino 1, 26545 at 500 meters. That means you are saying you are 265, the carrier is 265 degrees from you, you are 5 km out, and your altitude is 500 meters. So starbase will say, Rhino 1, I have you, you are cleared for basic recovery, or BRC. BRC is basic recovery, sorry, you are ready for inbound for 160 at Marshall at 160 for 2. Now when I say Marshall at 160 for 2, what it means is Marshall at 160 is 160 degrees of the carrier. So let's say 180 is here, so 160 should be here for 2 km. So 2 km apart, this is where you must pusing. And pusing will be the usual anti-clockwise. So you will hear mother, or you will hear carrier, starbase, because if Marshall at 160 for 2, that means for 2 km away, this is where you're supposed to hold your pattern. Understand? Then once you are holding there, you state, okay, Rhino 1, establish Marshall, and then you know that you are pusing sini. And then when you are ready to land, what the traffic will tell you, Rhino 1, you proceed to initiate your recovery, BRC at 360. BRC through 360 is very simple. What it means is when you finish here, you are ready for your basic recovery. BRC 360 means the ship, the carrier ship, is facing 360 bearing. So you know that when you mau masuk, you punya plane mesti facing 360. So that's where your basic recovery cost. If the ship is facing 270, macam ni, okay, then you say your BRC is usually 270. That means bila you mau masuk, you must be facing 270, bearing 270. So for here, let's say this basic one is 360 BRC. Your approach is to go like that. When you get out from the holding pattern, you go upwind, pass the bow for about 1 km, or I would say 700 meters to 1 km, and you make a left bank. Left bank, and then pass the bow, and for about 200, about let's say 500 meters, make another left bank and go downwind. Okay, now going downwind, when you pass the abeam, that's when you will call abeam dirty. That's when you let go, you punya gear, you punya flaps, and your hook mesti buka dah. And when you reach a position at the landing position, it should be around 300 meters above, and you should be running around 250 punya kmh speed already. Bila the carrier is at your pukul 7, okay, that's a 7 o'clock. That means the carrier is at your 7 o'clock. That's when you agak-agak, you know it's 7 o'clock, you will make another left turn already. That's where you call the brake turn already. When you brake turn, you will make a nice continuous curve. You boleh adjust until you come in for your landing. Macam tu. You get it?
Okay.
Alright. So landing is very simple. You should be coming down to about 200 kmh, 180 to 200 kmh is where your approach speed. Landing punya configuration for altitude should be about 100 meters above, or 110 meters already. You can't be too high up. Alright, and when you're coming in, that's where you line up, and by the time you reach somewhere around here, that's what usually you hear LSO will call you. Your 3/4 mile, call the ball. So when you are ready to land, you say, I have the ball. That means LSO will know that you're ready to land lah. And when you land, Kalau successful, cantik. If you tak catch the wire and you continue to fly back out into another direct straight out again and get into the course again, this is called a bolter. So LSO will shout bolter, bolter, bolter together, continue back to a left hand turn and continue back BRC, proceed. Or kalau ada 2 aircraft atau 3 aircraft kat belakang you sudah masuk, you will hear the the tower tell you proceed back to your holding pattern and marshal 160. That means you most likely will balik kat sini lah, to hold for your next turn again. But usually bolter, BOLTER. Bolter means you didn't catch the wire, you put your throttle at full and then you take off again and then you gears up and flaps up again and then you make a left turn, or you make a left turn and then you wait for instruction from the ATC. ATC will tell you continue your approach again. That means traffic is clear, you can masuk lagi sekali. So this is your basic recovery cost, the most basic. There are plenty of other recovery costs, but let's not go into that. ARMA tak as keep it simple, kita cukup already. So if you do this, it's considered sufficient already for our games. Any questions for approach? This is for knowledge. I will put up a proper documentation, and one day I will also put up a video so that people can always recovery. Worst case scenario, ram strike. Apa tu ram strike? There's 2 ram strike. Ram strike is that you hit this deck really hard. That means you are too high up and then you come really hard and you hit this deck so hard that you either hurt yourself or your gear patah ke apa. That's called ram strike. Tail strike means you hantam le belakang punya the ship already, you meletup. So that is all the emergencies lah there. Unfortunately sini loss of war tak ada, dia punya ambulance dengan fire brigade. If not, we will take a fire engine kat belakang, take out the fire. So that's the ram strike or tail strike. Ram strike is really hard, you landing banyak keras. Okay. Okay, that's it. This is basic again. Now I'm going to just a few more things only. Mission types. Okay. Mission types for aircraft carriers, not limited lah. Land pun ada, but mainly for aircraft carrier. One of the key things is called CAP. CAP is CAP, Combat Air Patrol. Combat Air Patrol, CAP is just a simple thing. You take off, you have a designated area, you pusing, jaga tempat macam guarding je, and hope that and keep out and look out that no enemy masuk sana. That's called a patrol. Bar cap, BARCAP. Bar cap is a barrier cap. That means in your map, kalau you buka, kejap ah. Okay, let me just acai punya question mark KM tu ah. Acai KM tu I would say around 1.5 km. Depends you punya distance from your abeam now. Kalau you around 500 meters or 700 meters on the port side of the carrier and you reach pukul 7, when you reach pukul 7 kat sini, it's usually about 1.2 1.5 km at the altitude of about 200 meters. It should be about 1.2. Kalau you jauh, if you are here, then the distance kat sini and here is lebih lah. But if you are correct kat sini, if you are on this level here around 700 meters, it should be about 1.2 agak-agak. Okay.
Ada demo Cai.
Mana?
MK ada video dia. Dia buat demo.
Yes, MK has a very good video that tells you step by step how you are going to recovery. Dia punya jarak, dia punya speed, dia punya attitude semua ada. I will get MK punya video to link. It's tak panjang, dia punya video is only like I think 5 minutes je. Okay, let me clear all the things on the map. Boleh tolong if lebih tangan.
Boleh.
Spam delete. Just turn all F1.
Tu pada apa hitam?
Okay, thank you murid-murid. Okay, bar cap. Tadi aku cakap bar cap. Your carrier tadi, what you do is that let's say you have a cap patrol or you have a bar cap mission. Bucket mission tu, that means you will fly to an area, designated area. Let's say aku naik north. You see that two line, that's a barrier. That means die also you tak boleh bagi enemy cross. So you are to create that barrier, and that means you akan fly up and down, you know, in that area, just to make sure there is a barrier that would not allow any enemy aircraft that cross that certain area. So bar cap has its reason, because you may be having a certain cast mission on this side here. So enemy punya coming from Molos, okay. So bar cap mission, there will be, let's say, 2 F-18s that will fly all the way to here, and then make sure that dia akan barrier kat sana, jangan bagi enemy masuk, enemy fighters keluar dari Molos masuk into tempat area, so that kita punya cast mission boleh attack Altis Air Base and then keluar sini. So you get that mission. That's why dia banyak sortie. Dia punya planning is also quite interesting. Is dia aircraft planning is macam punya ground lah, tapi dia punya style lah. So that's bar cap. The other mission is SEAD, SEAD. Ini penting. Ini kita ada banyak SEAD mission. SEAD is suppress enemy air defense. Suppress enemy air defense would to make sure that there will be a mission whereby aircraft will go out to really take out air defense saja. Air defense is all your not E-glass, your SAM site, your shield cast and AAA. E-glass tak kira. E-glass itu is man-pad punya, you tak boleh. So main SEAD mission is to make sure that you clear out all the radar emitting dengan AAAs. That's a SEAD. And SEAD mission usually the F-18s kita, kalau kita ada F-18, will be carrying, sekarang sudah update, kita boleh carry banyak AGM-88 HARM, and you can also use apa tu, Mavericks also. But the main one is the HARM system to AGM-88. Why it's good is you can lock into any of the radar emitting punya SAM dari almost technically you can do it by 8 km lah, but by I think you can get a really good lock 6 km, 5 to 6 km away. And the lock tu immediate tau. Dia bukan macam Maverick tu, when you hook up a target, dia akan blink kan, dia akan kecil sampai a full diamond keluar kan. Nah, that one is the Maverick. But for the AGM-88 HARM, the diamond will immediately keluar dah. That means it's a full lock already. That's why it's good, because the moment you lock, you boleh tembak, you boleh keluar. Tak payah tunggu dia sampai you tu dekat. So the AGM-88 is the main weapon that SEAD aircraft will be carrying. SEAD mission punya. Then you have CAS. CAS tu no need to explain lah. CAS tu is the direct. CAS is combat air support. Is close proximity of supporting troops on the ground, which usually carries Maverick, your laser guided bombs, or
Cluster bomb.
cluster bomb tak boleh. Cluster bomb tu bukan in a way okay, but you must be careful. Danger close tu you tak boleh guna cluster bomb. Cluster bomb is only for what we call an interdiction lah. There's a different mission. CAS usually don't carry cluster bomb. Okay, I'll tell you what is cluster bomb. Cluster bomb tu is called, the other mission called interdiction. Interdiction tu is a support. Is actually a tactical support that you will destroy tactical assets, macam enemy bridge or dia punya MSR, tempat dia punya convoy, enemy convoy that's coming from a certain MSR. Then you're cleared to take out all the whole entire convoy. That's when you use cluster bomb. But dia jauh tau, dia bukan close air support. Dia jauh, dia punya mission is interdiction mission. That means you have a mission to fly northeast of apa tu Altis and do an interdiction kat the main MSR that's coming out from Molos aircraft, Molos air base. That one you boleh go to cluster bomb, and it's called interdiction mission. You can take out a comms tower jauh, that one is called interdiction. Then the other one is called strategic bombing mission. Strategic bombing too is that you take out the entire airbase. Let's say Molos airbase. That's when you use the BLU 107 runway punya bombs. That one is called a strategic bombing. That means you jauh masuk deep into enemy territory and you destroy dia punya key asset, dia punya HQ ke, ada dia punya airbase ke, and all that. Then you once you destroy, you lari keluar. That's called strategic bombing, and also part of it is interdiction. CAS is you boleh pusing-pusing and then you get a call from JTEC kat bawah, you will get a specific target, then that's when you get your 9 line. Actually by right, for aircraft like F-18s, you're supposed to do a full 9 line already. So 9 line will tell you all your friendly position, your target, where it's supposed to come in from IP, where's your ingress, where's your egress. Those are all the things that you do under CAS. And you have type 1, type 2, type 3 also. Those are the missions kita ada. CAP, BARCAP, SEED, CAS, interdiction, and strategic bombing. Most of the time we will be doing SEED and CAS, and also BARCAP. These are the most main missions that we'll be doing. Any more questions on missions? Kita limit to this mission. Ada lain mission, but we will limit to this only. Kalau tak ada, I will touch base a bit of weapons. Key weapons kita ada sini. Your main cap weapon yang air to air punya, the simple one is your AIM-9. Ada AIM-9C, AIM-9X, that is your sidewinder, infrared tracking. Dia bukan radar, dia ada infrared. That means it's only for very close proximity. Dia close range punya attack and defense. The other one is called the AIM-120 atau AMRAAM. It's a advanced medium range anti-aircraft missile, AMRAAM. Two is the AIM-120. Two for longer ranges, beyond, they call it BVR engagement, beyond visual range engagement. That's your AIM-120. Details tak payah tahu lah. You ada minat, you boleh baca lah. It usually go up to almost like, I would say almost like 15 km away you boleh tembak, 20 km pun boleh tembak. But tak ada 20 km lah kat sini. DCS dia guna 20 km boleh tembak. AGMs, air to ground missile. AGM ada AGM 114K, which is the Hellfire, which can also be part, or can also be, it's not usually, but can also be equipped to the F-18. But usually the main AGMs will be AGM 65, which is the Maverick. The other AGM is dia ada satu JDAM is also called AGM. JSO is also AGM. I went through the Firewheel punya weapon system. It does now include a JSO. JSO is like a bomb yang ada, bila you let the bomb go, dia akan keluar sayap tau. There's a wing that come out and it's almost like a cruise missile that can go very far, and when you reach a target dia akan keluar dia punya cluster bomb macam tu. So that one is for far range engagement. I have not tested the JSO. I want to try to test it and see whether the effect macam mana. It's part of the Firewheel punya system sekarang. JDAM sudah keluar. For now I believe they're still trying to fix it, so that's why they took out the JDAM. So you don't have GPS tracking punya bomb lagi. But they have added laser guided bomb yang besar, which is the LGBU 24, I think. There is a 2,000 pound punya bomb which has laser guided guidance. Okay, dumb bombs is your MK82. Ya, tu yang for general purposes, tak ada guidance, dia just drop and your accuracy is not accurate at all. Dia akan for general areas punya destruction lah, or even to some point suppression pun boleh. Cluster bomb, CBUs, ni Acai suka lah. Cluster bomb CBU tu is for armored and also anti-personnel, but mainly for armored. One bomb can it will disperse into a certain area. For ARMA, the area is fixed, dia tak boleh adjust dia punya distance of the area of disbursement, but it's quite good in terms of taking out 3 or 4 armored in the vicinity. And this one is only for introduction, tak boleh buat for CAS. CAS you akan take out your friendly sama sekali, because it will take out in a very big disbursement area. BLU tu BLU 107 atau Durandals, I think Durandals bombs do that one specifically to damage airport punya runway. That one I tested it, is quite useful, tapi dia punya guidance by right is dumb bomb. Dia ada retard system, that means bila you lepas dia ada satu parachute keluar, dia akan terus pergi bawah and you go down in a very slow manner, because you supposed to go very low to drop the bombs in sequential along the runway, so you can get craters throughout the runway, so the enemy aircraft tak boleh take off. And the parachute is for it to drop slowly, so your aircraft can get out of the way before it explodes. So that is the BLU. And of course your main weapon all the time is your guns lah. Okay, you now have jammers, and you also have a TGP, which the TGP in the F-18 doesn't do much because it doesn't give you the GPS or anything, but what the TGP will allow give you is the laser. So for single fighters sekarang you have to carry a lantern. When you carry a lantern, a lightning, which is the TGP punya port, from there you ada laser dah. When you have a laser from the lantern, you can drop GBUs, LGBUs, laser guided bombs. Apa tu?
No, I think it's them, their mission.
Oh, okay. Okay. The other thing about laser is good also is that with the lightning port, you can lace a certain area, lock onto the lace, and then you can use that as a target reference for your guns. So what I do is that when I lace a certain tempat, macam usually if I which is F-18 is not really good for macam A-10 to use the guns, but sometimes you will get a CAS call from the ground, say that you have enemy infantry banyak coming from a certain area. They will give you a position. If you get your lightning port and you nampak dengan you punya TGP, you can see through your thermals ke apa, you can lace at that part, lock the lace, and then when you get out from your TGP, you punya HUD akan nampak dia punya kotak. So then you know where is the area you should use your guns to shoot. So use the laser in that manner to help you in terms of targeting EIs. Alright, that's it for weapons. So now just quickly, I've touched base on the flight deck operation. Flight deck operation, you will hear MK also mentions many times, the air boss. Air boss too is the guy who takes care of all the operations on deck and in the areas of usually in the whole entire carrier punya zone lah, which is the CVZ lah, the zone area, which is usually up to 5 km, but for ARMA kecil sikit lah, within 2 km. Anything that happens here, dia punya traffic pattern, dia punya marshalling, dia punya parking, dia punya taxi, which bomb refueling places is all managed by one guy called the air boss. So engine start permission, taxi permission, all those launch permission is all by the air boss. And also one thing to note, because the last time kita fly here, taxi and launching and landing by right, okay, by right, you should not turn on your aircraft punya headlights. Dia punya landing light semua tak boleh on. Why is because in tactical manners, the take off and the landing kat malam, the aircraft carrier is usually as dark as possible, and only very small few lights, dia punya landing lights and a few beacons saja on. So it's to avoid identification, because when you out in the laut, one small little light it can go all the way to miles and enemy boleh nampak lah. So if you want to be suspicious light very far, and if people know that you are in the aircraft carrier is in the, then they immediately can identify your position already. So
if collision light,
collision light is also For it depends on the situation at that time. If it's green area is not in, like say the enemy in the vicinity, you are not in the area, you're just doing practice, yes, collision light can be on, but you listen to the listen to airboss lah atau starbase lah. Starbase will sometimes, most of the time starbase will give you instruction, turn off your collision light. The last time, remember when we were trying to insert using the Black Hawk, starbase advised please turn off your collision light.
Yep.
Yep. So listen to starbase depending on the mission. All right.
Copy.
Contrary to belief, when you taxi on this aircraft carrier to the catapults or Cat 1, the lights are not supposed to be open unless, let's say, airboss okay, you on it, then you can see your way lah. Otherwise, you punya NVG is good enough already. Okay. So for the first initial casual, what you call this, training, this is should be as good as possible already. Otherwise, later I'll add in more stuff into the syllabus lah. Any question for theory before we go and do some training into launching and then getting into a martial pattern and then landings?
Jammer tu on lah.
Jammer for now is it's auto lah, and when you put your C with your flares, it should turn on by itself. It has not reached it's not the Apache level. Apache you have to turn on manually. The Apache Mahal, there is a jammer that you turn on. F16 also correct. You scroll mouse. The FIR, the fire wheel, which the A10 also all uses the scroll mouse to turn on your jammer. But for F18 they have not updated it. So at this time, apa tu? Yeah. The one thing about the jammers, it burns out after. That means it has to cool down after a few seconds. You can only turn it on for 20 saat kan, Acai? Around there lah, 20 seconds also. Just like the Apache also, you can only turn on for a certain before it goes on standby to cool down, and then it will turn it on again. So in this area, for terms of what you call it, seed missions, we will do the next session lah. Sekarang sudah pukul 12. If you are interested, we will do a few. We can stay back and do some launches and recovery lah. And I will try to be ATC and try to give you some guidance what to do. Okay? Any more questions? Tak ada. Let me just go through any. Let me see. Any messenger from MK or not? Okay, tak ada, all clear.
MK left a message.
Yeah, I'm trying to look
Not sure what
at
he
it.
said.
I'll explain later. Okay, kalau tak ada, what I do is there's two F-18s on the Cat 3, Cat 4 ready already. For the others, there's another 2 more F-18s which you can take, which is on elevator 1. Now remember kat mana tak? So let's see if you guys are proficient. Salib and Eric, you take the 2 F-18s at elevator 1. Tak cukup. There's also, that's 2 days WSO. Okay, Raf Achai, sorry to make you run. Sorry to make you run so far, tapi kat BAW ada lagi F-18s, you can take it, but stand by for permission for taxi. Remember how the taxi and where the roundabout goes, And then Kunia dengan Kelvin, you can take the Cat 3, Cat 4.
Okay.
Where's Emma?
M is over there, he's somewhere
Okay,
here.
he's just messing around lah, no issue. Okay, go ahead into your aircraft, stand by for engine spool. I'll give the go before you guys.
Oh yeah, what's our radio frequency for long range?
Long range, keep it at AirNet 45. That will be our standard AirNet.
Copy.
And the frequency will only be in the aircraft.
Copy. Kuning, let's go.
Aku pun tak ada aircraft lah, shit.
Let's AFK.
Okay, I'll go into one of the aircraft to get into the.
I think Kunia's AFK.
Yep. Starbase 2. One more thing I forgot to tell you guys. When I say 99 means all aircraft. 99 designation is all aircraft. So I'll go like this. Starbase 99 radio check 45. Everyone on 45.
Eric Lima Charlie on 45.
This is Calvin checking in on frequency 45.
Calvin, you are Lima Charlie. Okay, for those in the aircraft, when you look at the aircraft kat nose sana dia ada nombor 101, 102. Tak boleh lah, semua pun 101. Memang call it Rhino 1, Rhino 2, Rhino 3, Rhino 4 lah, that's in it. This is Starbase. Disregard all the weapons. Just this will be an exercise for launching and recovery. How copy everybody? Okay, Kunia tadi.
Solid copy this Rhino tak tahu.
Cakap nama lah. Kunia take the.
Rhino Atai.
Take the Cat 3. You punya aircraft Cat 3.
Eric copy.
Calvin copies. Salib copy. Raf copy.
Okay, let me get my bearings right. Kat bow, siapa tu kat bow? 2 aircraft.
Atai.
Lagi?
Raf.
Acai
Raf
Raf.
and Eric. Raf and Eric.
Wait. You guys are confusing me. Kat bow, 2 aircraft at bow. Who is it?
Eric and Raf. Sorry, Eric and Salib.
Eric Salib at bow. Elevator 1.
Yes, copy.
Elevator 1 siapa tu?
Atai.
Okay. Calvin and Kunia, you are already cleared for engine spool.
This is Calvin. Solid copy.
Stand by for takeoff. Acai dengan Acai, siapa yang sebelah you lah? Lupa dah.
Acai dengan Raf dekat stern.
Mana ada stern kat belakang tu.
Lock stern.
Oh, you kat sana.
Yup, Raf dengan Acai kat belakang ni.
Okay, I notice. So just now, Eric, you are where?
We are the.
Punya cat.
Wait, stand by. Eric, where are you?
We are at the first
Elevator 1.
Itulah agak confused when I say bow, you go and acknowledge.
Oh lah, I didn't acknowledge.
When I say bow in front.
Oh, okay.
When I say Acai bow, you acknowledge you are elevator 1. Okay, stand by. Salib, Acai Salib, you are clear for engine spool up.
Salib copy.
Acai solid copy. Spooling up.
Hey. Raf is with Acai, sorry. Raf, you are clear for spooling.
Copy that.
Eric, you are clear for spooling.
Copy that.
Acai dengan Raf, you are clear to taxi to Cat 3 belakang Raf, you are clear to taxi belakang Cat 4. Acai jalan dulu.
Solid copy, Acai taxi to Cat 3.
Hold shot at the back.
Oh my god.
It's okay, no worries.
Salah tekan.
No problem. Raf, you are clear to taxi to Cat 4.
Copy that.
Salib, you are ready, clear to taxi, make a left turn and keep to the starboard side. Hold shot at the elevator 2. How copy?
Copy that. Salib make a left turn.
Eric, you are clear to taxi behind Salib and hold shot behind Salib.
Copy that.
Thereby Raf is ready, hold shot behind catapult 4.
Copy Raf, copy Acai. Kunia Kelvin, stand by for takeoff. Aku try macam ni. Alah, terbaring pula. Okay, Kunia, stand by. You tengok aku punya salute. Top. Down. Control. Pump. Kunia, you're ready to take off. Launch. Kelvin, clear for takeoff. Launch. Raf and Acai proceed to Cat 3, Cat 4.
Solid copy, boss. Acai moving to Cat Pool 3.
Kelvin and Kunia continue departure and then make a left turn and come back downwind, hold at Marshall at 160 for 2. That means tadi at Marshall 160 degree dari carrier 2 km away. Copy.
Hey boss, this is Raf ready at Cat 4.
Wings down. Acai. Acai, you're clear for launch.
Solid copy.
Ralph, clear for launch.
Copy that.
Salib, Eric, proceed to Cat 3, Cat 4. Salib, you take Cat 3. Eric, Cat 4.
Salib copy Cat 3. Eric copy Cat 4.
Salib wings down, Eric wings down.
Eric copy.
Salib, Eric, you're clear for launch, standby. Proceed left bank later, and if you check map, do your marshal at the circle. Salib, you are clear for launch.
Salib copy.
Eric, you're clear for launch.
Solid copy.
Achai, radio check, can you hear me? Yeah, it's a fun. Achai, this is Starbase, you copy?
Starbase, yes, Achai, copy.
Okay, just radio check tadi. I'm in a vehicle now. You can't hear me from my other. All 99 proceed to marshal at 180.42. Achai Raf, I need you to take at altitude 500.
Solid copy, reduce to 500.
Copy that, boss, to 500.
Kelvin and Kunia, I need you to take altitude of 800.
Kunia, copy that. This is Kelvin, copy that.
Salib and Eric, you would take altitude of 1000 meters.
Eric copy that. 1000 meters.
All aircraft try to get into formation and do a anti-clockwise formation in the marshal area. Practice your formation. Suggestion, you guys keep at speed of 300 at your designated altitude and try to keep into formation.
Ralph, this Achai, you are too fast.
Achai, this is Raf. Say again.
You are too fast. It speed around 400.
Be advised, my speed is only 180.
Archer Starbase, what's your situation? You guys in formation?
Negative Starbase. Please try to find me ground.
Copy that. Stick to your altitude of 500. Kunia, Kelvin, situation.
This is Kelvin. I'm trying to find Konya at this moment.
I forgot to add long range radios and my Zeus is
Eric,
in a mess.
where are you?
The short range radios,
I'm
there's no
1
option for
o'clock
additional
going to 12
frequency.
o'clock right now.
Really? Cannot be.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I choose the wrong because I didn't add
Where are you?
the standard. I put a
Using the RF,
yeah,
whatever
because I didn't
radios.
change the one. I just standard right now because there. I remember I deleted all the pilots. Well,
I can't figure. I'm not sure whether there's any option for additional.
I'll fix it later. Let them. You look at the map lah. Let them sort themselves out.
Sedang menuju ke 10 o'clock.
Quite fun to.
Okay.
The arming screen for the Hornet is still, well, I wouldn't say it's buggy, but you can put anything anywhere.
Yep, anything anywhere.
Okay.
You can literally put your bloody 2,000
sekarang
pound GPUs on your wingtips.
Yeah.
Roger that.
That's the funny part.
I've loaded the whole thing in Maverick, and there's no way you can fly with that.
Yeah. That's
Konya,
the
this is Kevin. What's your current altitude?
Oh well.
Repeat.
Is there a flight flow to
What's your
to
current
the Wasp?
altitude and your position?
That's a what?
1,000.
Is there any way to get to the Wasp from here?
Yeah, you respawn.
Altitude 1,000.
I believe I should be able to work it out. You try to respawn. Hopefully it doesn't go shitty because I deleted the pilot. Should be able to respawn to the Wasp. You got helicopters to play with there.
Yeah.
Dah terlepas Konya.
This is Starbase. 99, this is Starbase. I'll let you guys sort yourself out first. Have fun. Practice, try to get talk to each other and try to get into formation. If you need to go bigger circle, you can. Just try to talk to each other and get into formation.
Konya, sekarang you pukul berapa daripada kat bulatan? Sekejap, saya masih ada tempat. Kita pergi sana dulu. Kita regroup.
Yep, you can regroup out of the bulatan and then you can get your. That's good.
Okay, you nampak tak SA001? Nampak Konya. Okay, kita ke sana dulu. Copy that.
Salik. Terima, yes. You dekat mana sekarang?
I nak pukul 10, nak pusing ke jam 6.
Okay. Saya sekarang dekat pukul 3.
Pukul 3, Roger. So I naikkan speed sekejap lah kejar you.
Boleh juga.
Roger, standby.
Masuk. Sen.
Kau dekat mana?
Dekat betul-betul kat belah stand. Belakang.
So maksudnya kau belakang aku. Eric, your speed?
The speed is 4.
Acai, attitude over.
Aku around 500, 580.
Okay, Kunak in position is A001.
Okay lah, kau tengok yang dekat bulatan tu ada satu tanda macam arrow kan. Aku dekat situ.
Aku dekat-dekat dengan map yang putih tu. This is Kevin, you punya kelajuan sekarang berapa?
Sana ada 2.
400 km bawah.
So Raf, kau belakang aku.
Depan tu kau ke?
Ya, aku. Eric, you kat mana sekarang? Kau nampak yang pergi ke arah GAD tu?
Okay, I see you. Speed tadi berapa? 400 eh?
400.
Okay, Starbase.
Yang tengah follow ni ke?
Starbase Acai dengan
betul.
Raf.
Okay.
Starbase Raf, okay. You guys move to H8002 and then you can hold there. So now you guys sort up.
Okay, Eric, saya kat
Okay,
belakang
you kalau saya belah.
Okay, cantik.
Nampak?
Maintain speed 400 eh?
Okay, 400.
Raf, aku dah 433.
Okay, nicely done.
Raf,
You sorted out.
channel tu secondary letak 41.
Salib kita patut lebih kurang 1,000 lah. Jadi kita
Yep.
Acai, sekarang kau tengah bergerak ke arah mana?
Kunyah, jom kita pergi west kali. You cuba di belakang pergi ke depan 400 meter.
Okey, Cai, betul lah engkau tu. Aku telah jumpa.
Aku belakang depan.
Betul.
Okay,
aku telah jumpa orang yang betul.
Jom.
Aku tengah turun altitude ke 500.
Kita bergerak ke circle, jom.
Standby.
Kunyah, kalau boleh maintain speed 300-400 lebih kurang macam tu.
Bearing 156. Speed 300 meter. Altitude 1000 meter.
Aku follow kau.
Copy. Kita pergi ke area Marshall.
Lebih tu speed Eric.
Okay, saya tekan break sekejap.
Maintain 400 lah, biar dia orang boleh ikut.
Okay.
Acai, aku speed 200.
Laju sikit dah 300 lebih kat 400.
Tengah naik ke 300.
Aku follow kau lah, Kelvin. Kau tak pick up aku lah.
Spirit. Current speed aku Acai 350.
Kelvin dapat tangkap tak?
Kira aku belakang kau, kejar.
Okay, cantik
Okay,
Eric.
maintain.
Kita ikut line hitam ni lah, kita pusing kat situ je.
Okay, salut.
Okay Acai, prepare untuk buat anti-clockwise turn untuk Marshall.
Kelvin, dapat pick up saya tak?
Dapat. I kat belakang you sekarang.
Okay, you lock saya.
Okay, you guys
Okay,
look
maintain speed 500 km power. Altitude 1000.
Copy.
Acai, kau masih belakang aku ke? Tak, aku nampak.
Kunyah, tadi you say altitude 1000 eh?
Okay Acai, boleh buat turn anti-clockwise.
Stand by, Kunyah. Kunyah, tadi you cakap altitude 1000 eh?
Altitude 1000.
Jangan di konflik Eric dengan Salib at 1000. You and Kelvin turun 800.
Oh, copy that. 800.
Mesti di konflik kalau dah langgar nanti. Raf Acai, you proceed. I see you moving towards the hitam punya bulatan. Proceed and
Kunyah, kalau
Marshall.
boleh letak throttle kat 15.
Throttle 15 boleh stall. You dah jom jalan depan lah. Saya pick up you kat belakang.
Repeat back, start
You
back.
foto saya.
Stand by.
Copy.
Okay, Acai, Raf, you punya altitude anti-clockwise kat tempat Marshall 500 altitude.
Copy.
Okay, nicely done. I see you guys in pairs in different attitudes. This is good so that I can start to get you to marshal and to have your initial approach. Tunggu Acai dengan Raf.
Melvin, you bottom right, Melvin.
Yap, kat belakang you.
Okay, kita. Bang, kita speed. Kau sekejap laju, sekejap perlahan.
Okay.
This is quite fun.
Kau perlahan sangat tu, Raf.
Saya
Ikut light hitam.
Nanti aku post video ni, you kelakar tengok you orang. Kat map boleh tengok tau. Tapi sekarang sudah cantik. At least you guys are now coordinated. Okay, good.
Kita orang boleh nampak dari atas ni.
Just make sure your attitude jangan.
Aku belakang kau, tak apa.
Make sure your assigned attitude nanti langgar. Acai, you pergi mana?
Acai dengan Raf dalam bulatan.
Okay, siapa pergi starboard of the aircraft carrier sekarang? Which group is that?
I believe that's me, Kunya.
Alright, understand.
Raf, aku 500 tak boleh kejar kau lagi. Berapa kau boleh kejar?
Altitude 500 bukan speed.
500.
Acai, you punya altitude 500 bukan speed
Saya tahu altitude maintain dalam 600, between 600 and 500.
Okay, copy. Okay, you guys are in good formation sekarang. Continue to stay in formation. First to approach will be Acai and Raf on my mark. Second would be Kunya Kelvin on my mark. Eric Salib will be third on my mark. Stand by.
Copy that.
Acai, Raf, nampak aku tak?
Kita belakang kau.
Baik.
Okay, Acai, Raf, you ready for approach?
Copy.
Okay, Acai, Raf, ready to approach. I want Raf for landing first. Lepas tu followed by Acai. Bagi spacing around, let's say 500 meters apart lah. Jangan dekat sangat. So Acai, sekarang you kat bulatan lah.
Solid copy.
Okay, make lagi satu bulatan. Next bulatan coming into bearing 300 that time. I want you to be first to break off and start your landing. How copy?
Solid copy.
Raf, bila Acai break off for landing, you continue for the next. You continue to circle in the marshal. Copy?
Copy, so Acai land dulu Copy.
That's a firm. Aku akan bagi instruction for you for next to break off the marshal for landing.
Copy that, boss.
Raf, aku kanan kau.
Copy.
Okay, Acai, you're cleared for approach. Final for landing.
Good luck, Acai.
Copy. So kena pusing balik pergi cakap beam dirty tu orang semua kan.
Tak payahlah sekarang. This one is first time.
Terus landing.
Terus landing. This one first time, tak apa. Bagi you punya approach masuk and keep your sekarang dirty configuration and proceed to land. Hari ni kita practice formation and coordination dulu. Achai, I have eyes on you. 3/4 miles, call the ball.
Call the ball.
Steady, coming in. Rough, you're cleared for the approach. Break off your marshal and proceed to approach.
Copy that.
Okay. bolter. Keep your thing up. Gears up, flaps up. Oh, Achai. Yes, okay, boleh. Proceed back to your...
Bila landing dia teruk naik balik automatic.
Tak adalah, you miss the wire. You bounce. Tadi you bounce. Achai, proceed back to marshal. Rough, you are clear for your landing.
Copy.
I advise on your rough. You're a bit fast. Come in slow, steady. Call the ball. Cut your engines. Miss bolter, go.
Copy that.
Okay, Achai and Raf, I need you to move to, both of you to move to altitude 800 and maintain 800.
Only copy maintain altitude 800.
Kunia Kelvin, I need to drop at descent altitude to 500. How copy?
Kuna, copy that.
Kelvin, copy that.
Advise and as when you establish 500.
300 kilometer power.
Sangat laju Kunia. Cepat.
Tak apa, I potong you. Maintain 300 kilometer power.
Copy.
Kelvin, Kunia Kelvin, advise when you establish 500.
Copy that, stand by.
Raf, Achai, let me know when you're 800, any information.
Mayday.
Mayday, kenapa?
Kapal terbang saya rosak.
Okay, stand by. Achai, Kunia and Kelvin hold at 500. Achai, emergency. You are cleared for immediate approach and landing. How copy?
Sorry, copy.
Hey boss, this is Raf. I'm on 800 meters altitude.
Raf, copy that. Maintain 800 and continue marshal.
Copy that, boss. Maintain 100 and copy continue marshal.
Achai, you are first to land at this time. When 6 aircraft up, dia punya traffic gila.
Okay, Kunia, steady.
How copy, Achai? You okay?
My kapal terbang bang to the left.
Okay, you're coming in for emergency landing. I have eyes on you. Steady.
Kunia, kita kena turun lagi Kunia.
slow down to 180. Acai slow to 180. Maintain altitude at this time. Okay, ikut you punya. You're a bit high.
This is Kelvin, I'm at 500.
Okay, maintain altitude. Steady, coming a bit high. Okay, cut engines, cut engines. Oh, you cantik. Okay, wings up. Taxi to the right. Keep to elevator 1.
Engine kena service.
Acai proceed elevator 1. 7 laut. Kita ada towing tractor tak apa. Okay, Kelvin and Kunia. How copy?
Copy that.
You guys are established at 500 sekarang?
Copy that.
Sekarang established, that means you sudah sampai 500 meter tak?
This is Kelvin, we're going up and down between 500 and 600.
That's fine, as long as you keep the maintenance at 500, 500-600 is fine. Stand by. Kunia, you're first to land. Kelvin, you're second to land. You are cleared for approach. Kunia, first to land at this time. Kelvin, second. I'll copy.
This is Kelvin, solid copy.
Kunia, you may brake marshal. Proceed to land.
Copy that.
Acai boleh repair. Advice. You're a bit low. Okay, cut engine. Nice, Konya. Wings up. Taxi and move to the elevator 3 belakang island.
Good landing. Looks like a one wire.
That's a firm, it's a one wire. Kunia depan lagi buat U-turn besar, elevator 3. Kelvin, you are cleared for your approach and you proceed to land. How copy?
Copy that.
Rough descend to 500 and continue marshal.
Copy that, descend to 500 and continue marshal.
Eric and Salib, descend to 800, continue marshal. How copy?
Eric copy. Salib copy.
This is Raf, currently on 500 meters.
Roger, Raf, you are cleared to land.
Copy that.
Okay, kuliah tak apa. You keluar, you tengok tow truck tu, you boleh main dengan tow truck. I advise you're too fast. Bolter, go. Gear up, flaps up, hook up. Tu cepat dah. You need to keep to speed 180 only. Tinggi and cepat. Proceed back to Marshall and then immediate landing. You are cleared for next to land.
Copy that. Proceeding to Marshall now.
Salib and Eric, establish 800 dah.
Going down to 800. Went up again.
Keep between 800 and 900 lah. You can fluctuate between 100 meters.
Okay, we are at 800.
Copy. Continue, Marshall.
Rudder check.
You are 5 Charlie, Acai.
Maybe.
Okay, cleared. Cut your engines. Bolter. Proceed back. Tak nampak.
This
Sorry.
is Kelvin. I'm coming in for a second landing attempt.
Yeah, proceed, Kelvin. Kelvin, was that you?
The one that bolted?
Yep.
That was rough.
Negative.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Rough.
Okay, let Ralph. Are you coming in now, Kelvin? Sorry.
That's a firm.
Okay, you're clear to land. Ralph, continue back to 500 and maintain your back to your sorry. You are too fast and too low. Bolter.
I can't get the speed right.
Hello, anda semua dengar tak? Nampak tak aku ada buat marking anak panah approach ke aircraft carrier, nampak tak?
Tak nampak. Sorry,
Rough on 500.
Okay, Ralph, you are cleared for your next landing. Kelvin, I need to continue your marshal at this time.
This is Kelvin, copy that. This is Rough, copy that.
Kau nampak tak masa aku buat anak panah tu menghala ke aircraft carrier? Nampak tak?
Kenapa nak tengok aku?
Okay, Ralph, I need you to come in and then you need to maintain your speed and height. Keep your height at around 250 when you approach. Height is 250 meter. Speed should be around between 180 to 200, no more. How copy?
Copy.
Then when I see you, I'll guide you. Okay, Ralph, you are cleared for approach right now. You are coming in, right?
Affirm.
Okay, proceed for your land. Okay, I advise you're a bit high, come lower slightly. Okay, hold, too low already. Go back up. Okay, stay there. Maintain speed at 180 sekarang.
Copy.
Speed brake a bit high. Come lower now. Keep lower. Lower. Alright, stay. Maintain speed at 180. Nicely done. Okay. Cut power. 0 power sekarang. Oh yo, sikit. Never mind. You kena belakang. Slightly bawah. Okay, but good. Good try. Wings up. And keep taxi to elevator 1. Wings up.
Copy that.
And there's a ammo truck there. And go into your service menu, repair. Wings up. Fold your wings.
Copy that. Wing dah full.
Dah full kah?
Negatif, Raf.
Tak ada full. Okay, Kelvin, you are next to land.
On my side dah full dah.
M, masuk M.
Yes, Kelvin, copy that.
Yo.
Aku tembak kau pakai T99.
Eric Salib, you may reduce descent to 500 meter. How copy?
Eric, copy. Copy that. Reduce 500.
Kelvin, you are too left. You need to go back right, and you're too high. Speed. Okay. Bolter. You were too much on the left side. Return back to Marshall, and I need you to climb to 800. I will have to drop Eric and Salib at this time. How copy?
Copy that.
Gears up and go back clean. Maintain 800 and Marshall. Eric and Salib, you are at altitude 500.
Copy. Yep.
Eric, you are first to land. You are cleared.
Okay, copy that. Going dirty.
Right, go dirty. Brake, Marshall, and proceed to your landing. BRC should be 350.
Copy that.
Salib, continue your Marshall until I give you your go.
Copy.
Eric, reduce to altitude 200. Keep your speed at 180. Speed brake. Reduce altitude to 100. Okay, I have eyes on you. You're good. Lower. Okay, stay there. Stable. Maintain. Too low. High a bit. Slow down. Okay, cut power. Way too high. Proceed back to 500. Marshall, Salib, you are next to land. Proceed.
Copy that.
Dia punya last altitude 30 is too low lah, because I think the deck is 40 tau.
Ya, kena pandai maintain altitude lah. Baru boleh.
Ya, mesti tak boleh lower than 30 tau.
Ya. Dia kena maintain altitude sampai push lah. Dia punya category dia 24 kan?
Ya, around I think it's like 35. I mean it's like, I believe dia punya RAM is about 30 cun tau.
saya naik dalam toilet ni.
Okay, solid. Steady. Solid, you're 2 to the left, keep to the right. Okay, steady. Slow down. I need to slow down. 180. Speed brake. Keep the attitude. Cut power sekarang. Nicely done. All the way. Nice. Good landing. Wings up and move to elevator 3 belakang island. That's a good.
Copy that.
Good landing. Okay.
Adalah.
Kelvin, you still up? You're next.
Copy that.
Pro gila.
Kelvin, proceed to land. You are cleared to brake marshal and proceed initial.
Copy that. Gadget nanti ni dia menghadap ke laut kan?
Yeah, okay. Salib, hold position at this time. Incoming.
Copy.
Kelvin, too much to the left. Keep to the right. More to the right. Way too much to the left. Move to the left. Right side. Right side.
Yeah, I'm gonna bolter again because my kilometers at 300. Coming to
way too far. Bolter. Gear up. You need to keep more to your left side because you have been sticking to the right. Okay, Salib, proceed to taxi, elevator 3. Hadap laut, then you have a tow truck.
Roger.
Eric, you are next to land. Proceed brake marshal and proceed initial.
Copy.
Like this, Gadget.
Gadget, is the tow okay? I thought I saw the tow truck following him without an operator.
It is, I think Kunia is driving, right? Eric, way to the left, keep to the right. Way too much to the left. Okay, too fast, hold your air brakes. And too high, coming lower. Air brakes. Cut power now. Way too high.
Yeah, good.
Calvin, you are cleared for your next attempt. Proceed to brake marshal and proceed for initial.
Copy that. By the way, any tips on how to lower the speed faster?
When you do your bank, that means when you make your left bank, pull your plane upwards so that you bleed speed and go down to about 200 when you make that bank. But keep your altitude to about 150 only. Don't go too high because the moment you dive, your speed will pick up again.
Yeah, alright, copy. Gonna try that.
Macam mana Salim mati ya?
Salim mati kedai lagak.
Sana helikopter. Aha.
Okay, Kelvin, you can make your left bank and then pull your. When you're making the bank, try to pull your airplane upwards. You bleed speed. And then when you come towards the aircraft carrier, your throttle is the one that actually adjusts your height. You increase speed, the plane will kind of climb. You decrease speed, the plane will start to descend. And Kevin, I need you to.
Eric mana Eric? Krem tangan aku ikut.
I need you to move more to the right. You are way too much to the left.
Copy that. Heading right.
Tak ada lah.
Continue right. Some more.
Aku maintain 200 Hz. Mana ada?
More to the right.
Dia automatic hook kalau tak buka hook pun. Kecuali blade swap. Yang DNC tu kena buka hook, tak buka hook dia terlaut.
Aku buka lah tadi.
Kelvin, you're still too much to the left.
Aku buka awal-awal right. Tadi.
Dia kalau kau
try bearing 050.
Aku tak biasa.
Okay, more to the right some more. Okay, start banking to the left and get into your align yourself to the landing line. Okay, way too low. I have eyes on you. Keep slightly higher. Increase power, increase power.
And dari 30 degree ni.
Okay, now you decrease your power and come into the nice gliding slope. That's good. Maintain speed with power at 180. That's nice. Slightly lower. Okay, slow down. That's good. And cut your power. Totally cut and go down to the deck. And okay, pull up when you're about to reach. Pull up too fast. Hit the deck first. Yeah, nice speed. Okay, increase. You have nice speed. You have nice approach, but you were a bit afraid to hit the deck. Okay, Eric, you are cleared.
Aku selalu buat satu flat.
Nice speed, Eric. Continue that speed.
Tak ada lah. Kalau flat full susah sikit nak turun tu.
Too high, too high. Come lower. Aim at the deck. Okay, cut power now. And you are missed out, bolter.
Flat full tu susah sikit.
Okay, try again.
Kalau naik sikit tu okay lah, boleh rendah tu.
Okay, Kelvin, you don't have to go too far off to the marshal. Keep coming downwind and prepare to make a left bank.
Copy that.
Maintain your altitude at about 150. I'll copy.
Copy that. Maintaining altitude at 150.
Okay, make your left bank now. Eric, you can also make a left bank.
Okay, copy.
Kelvin, more left bank. Hit 090. Eric, continue the marshal. Okay.
Copy.
Hold, Kelvin, hold 090. Maintain speed, come down to about 100 and make your left bank now. And that's good. Too low, keep high a bit. Okay. Stay there. Okay, come lower now. Come lower. Cut your speed. Cut your speed to about 175. Okay, nicely done. Keep aiming to the deck. Keep aiming to the deck. Alright, nice. Up and cut power. And all the way down deck. Okay. Whoa, power, bolter. Good try. Patient, don't worry.
Maybe.
Eric, you are next. Clear for landing. Coming.
Copy.
Tinggal siapa lagi kat atas?
Dua lagi. Eric, you're 2 to the left. Keep to the right. More to the right. Way to the right. Do your bearing at 080, please.
Apa nama?
Okay, get back in line.
Spray nama lah.
Spray. Dia ringan sikit dari Blackfish tu.
Too fast, too fast. Slow down.
Blackfish berat.
Alright, you're looking good.
Tadi okey.
And cut power, go all the way down.
Cun.
Nice, all the way down.
Oh, nice.
Okay, wings up. Proceed to taxi to the front and then U-turn at where elevator 1.
Apa tak dengar Jai?
Okay.
Nice
Kelvin,
one, Eric.
you are last to land and proceed to...
Laju, jangan laju.
Proceed coming to your approach right now.
Aku dah pasang kot.
Garrett, you can park just right next to elevator 1.
Video ni.
Right side of elevator 1. Steady, Kelvin. You are on good flight glide slope. Maintain 185 at this time. Come down to about 100 meters. Okay, I have eyes on you. Nicely done. Slow approach, steady. Reduce speed to 180, 175 now. Reduce to 175. Steady. Too low. Keep up a bit. Okay. Okay, cut your power now and hit the deck. Okay, pull up. Ah, you bounce. Pull, full. Yes, you bounce.
God damn it, I heard the grab sound though.
No, what happened is that when you hit the ground, you pull too fast, then you bounced.
Ah, god damn.
No worries. One more try. Go ahead. The speed and altitude was okay. Just that when you hit, you just got to have the confidence to hit the deck. Don't worry about it. You cut power to 0 already by then. The wire will hold you. Okay, continue at 180 this time. Kelvin, start your turn left bank now. Head 1090. Kelvin, hit 090 now.
Copy that, heading to 090.
Continue to 090. Ready for your left bank on my mark. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark left bank. Hit 360. Reduce altitude to 100 at this time. Okay, slight left right now. You are on glide slope. Reduce speed to 180. How copy?
Copy that.
Okay, I have eyes on you. Reduce speed to 170. Use your speed brake to reduce. Too high. Come back down. Okay, steady at that. And cut your power now. Cut. Nice. Ah, you keep bouncing, dude. But it's a good land. Okay, wings up. Taxi front and turn right now, right next to where Eric parked. Elevator 1, you are number 3. Right side. And you are cleared for your landing. Proceed down the runway and just, or you can proceed to right at the end of the, you know where the crotch is? Okay, then your crotch. Good job, Kevin. Okay.
Not the best landing.
Okay, guys, come. Quick debrief. Okay, nice. Practice, practice, practice.
By the way, when you land, don't you have to pull out at the last second?
Not really. Let it settle in. Don't pull up. When you pull at the last minute, you bounce. That's what happened to you.
Okay.
So just let it settle. When you cut power, let it settle. Let the wire stop you. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's just.
I cut power way too early because I don't know how to lower my speed faster.
You have speed brakes.
At first, it's Z, right? Isn't it?
I think so.
X. Oh,
check your keybind. Check your keybind for speed brake, and then adjust your speed brakes or your keybinds so that it's comfortable for you guys. But once you cut power, let it sink by itself at that speed about 170. It should be enough to sink and hit the deck, and then the wire will catch you. Don't worry about it. Don't pull up at the last minute too hard. It will be bouncing it. Okay.
Alright.
So okay, good job, guys. Your first, at least some sort of a structured training. As you can see, when you got 6 planes up there in the air, it can get very hectic. And then traffic patterns and altitude management, and also the marshal for incoming one by one. That's important. That's unfortunately because you have one plane at a time to land only. Otherwise, good job. I think nobody died, nobody crashed, even though some damage, but nicely done. I have one thing just to highlight to you. I think we will go into details for next training. For helos, helicopters, we have not discussed on helicopters approach. Likewise, just really quickly, I just go through helicopters in terms of the approach downwind summer. Okay, if I go to map really quick, and then we can call it a day. And you guys, if you guys want to continue to practice, go ahead. But just really quick, I touch on helos, and then we can index this training. Because I just read MK punya message, asked me to also highlight the helos. Now helos, I'm going to draw an approach.
Are you talking because your mic just died?
No, I can't talk and draw, unfortunately. Stand by. Okay.
That looks so wrong.
Oh shit, you're right. Oh god. Only Kelvin sees that. Okay. Now you got me lost my concentration.
Nanti boleh tengok stream balik tu.
That looks so wrong. Let me draw some propulsion. Okay, now that looks even more wrong. That's the propulsion. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, helo approach, summer. Okay, helo approach is you come from usually you come from the port side, especially the WASP. The WASP is the one where all the landings is on the port side. there's only front there. There's a small area whereby the island, in front of the island and back of the island will be your the secondary landing site. But the primary landing for WASP as well as for what you call this aircraft carrier, it should be on the port side most of the time. You come downwind and then you make that right turn, sorry, left bank and then left bank again, and you come up again for upwind right next to the aircraft carrier. Most of the approach is right next to the aircraft carrier, not on the runway. Helos you can hover, and then once you reach your position, let's say you reach to this X position, you hover there and you wait, and then the person on the LSO will tell you to come to the right, and then you will move from the hover position and then traverse right until your landing port, and that's where you lower your helo for landing. Understand that part? So landing for helos is this way. On the starboard side, Summer. Starboard side, you reach the X, hover, then traverse left until the position, and then that's where you drop your helos, and then the others will be behind and all that. But this is how you land your helo. Approach speed coming in would be about 40. That means upwind already. Upwind here is about 40. Coming down, downwind should be around 70. Okay, 70 speed. Height is around, because helos, your height you can be in line with the what you call it, carrier, should be about 60 meters or so, like that. Should be good already. And then you make the base and then go back up, and then reach this area. Once you come to approach, you reduce to 20 speed, and then you come to hover, and then hover you traverse right at about 5 to 10 kilometers, and then drop it. So this is how you approach by helo. Take off, you would, from the hover position,
Hello?
Jap, aku erase dulu. Okay, take off position. You see where your areas are. You lift off in terms of hover slightly, and then the takeoff position is to traverse left or right depending on your position of helo. From the port side, you will traverse to the port. Yes, keluar macam ni and go up. And from the starboard, keluar macam ni and go up. So likewise kat belakang pun keluar macam ni, go up, keluar macam ni, go up. That is the take off of helos. Jangan cross over. Sini take off then pusing to the kanan. Don't cross the decks. Okay. That means because when you cross the decks, there will be collision sometimes. So what you do is you take off, traverse right, and move forward. That's how you do it. Okay. That's just the last part of the helo punya take off and helo punya recovery. Okay, that's it. What you guys want to do? Any questions? Last one, last minute questions. How to land ke apa, this and that. I suggest if you got time in editor, you put the freedom on there, and then just put yourself as a pilot and took one F-18 and then just take off and land, add that kind of a pattern to land. That means downwind, left bank. When you downwind, when you hit a beam, the carrier pukul 7, that's where you make another left bank, and then you continue to make the left bank and adjust accordingly, and then come in line with your glide slope. Okay, practice guys, and if you guys are doing this a lot and you can practice, I think I'm quite confident to say that among the JOps, Malaysia is pretty much quite a strong air wing lah. The rest all will depend on us in JOps, and from there we will be taking care and supporting other people from the air. Congratulations for your initiations. Any more questions, guys? Kalau tak ada, I index here. Haha. Flanker. Achai, you can host already. For me, it's going to come to 1:30. I think I will close my server. Achai will have one of the. Sama.
Kalau boleh, Achai, kalau you nak boleh buat training untuk dogfight.
Okay. Speaking of that, my next training will be more on other than this practice, but the training will more into BFM already. BFM will be basic fighter maneuvers. That means it's more on dog fighting maneuvers for planes. You would start to learn brake turns, brake left, brake right, immediate brake left and turn. You will start to we will teach you what is the element, what's the split S, what's a high yo-yo, and what's a low yo-yo. Those are the 4 key things that you learn to. Then you have your lag pursuit, pure pursuit, and your lead pursuit. Those are the few things that you need to learn to be able to really do a very good basic fighter maneuver dog fighting already. 1-on-1 lah. 1-on-2 is 2 different things. 2-on-2 is 2 different things. And wingman flying is 2 different things also. So banyak mau belajar actually. There's a lot of shit that the things to learn one. And it's quite interesting stuff. So next training, I will start to give you introduction on the BFMs. And stay tuned lah for my BFM, Basic Fighter Maneuver. Okay, aku akan link dia punya there's one very good video that give very basic BFM that dulu lama dengan F16 punya sudah keluar. Okay, how's the mission pace and all that? Any feedback to improve ke apa before I index? Anything to tak boring ah?
No,
Okay.
tak boring.
Okay.
Kami memang
jenis belajar punya orang.
Aku sampai tidur.
Thank you. Kita pun belum belajar itu Osprey punya landing, banyak barang lah. There's plenty of things to learn. Helicopters pun belum masuk.
One at a time.
Thumbs up.
Jangan information overload nanti. Okay guys, I'm gonna index. Thank you for coming. Have fun. I will see you besok.
Thank you. Besok kerja.
Okay, thank you. Salam.
What?
Ciao.
Kata shooting.
Channel switched.
Okay.
Salib. I dengar tembakan mana you tiba-tiba kat bawah situ.
Okay, next. Actually, this map ada Tunguska kat Altis already. Siap dah. We haven't done the cast and all that. Otherwise, I got to.
Saya sudah lock.
Tadi ya.
Oh my god, there's a team
30 km. You lock 30 km.
Plus, I will improve this template because tadi sorry lambat, and then I will add long range radio because I have to sit in the ammo helmet to talk to you guys, and then susah to even see from the LSO platform, so I get to sit from that side to give communication. Banyak barang I forgot to add lah. Akan improve this template lah. Okay guys, good night. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for helping out. M, you got record lah tadi just now. M.
Yeah, got some of it.
Nice.
Red Bull camera.
Me too. I stream and also you check like if you want to see your own flying from third person view. Kelvin, you want to see how you bounce and all that, and then Eric,
yes, I want to see.
You want to see how you bolter at too high, way too high and all that. Then you take a look at the streaming I just put up. I'm stopping streaming right now. Then you can take a look. Okay. Good night, guys.
Alright, good night. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, save your mods under your preset. Guna this as carrier based training. I'm going to use this mod as much as I'm going to stay with these mods lah. So next time tak payah cari-cari, just use your preset cukup. Okay? Cheers.
Disconnected.